All right. This is going to be our Tesla Optimus deep dive.
Are we live already?
I think so, yeah.
Let's go.
We always do the clap.
Yeah.
Today we're going to talk about Tesla Optimus. Started off as a prototype, and we're getting pretty close to a finished product. So I thought it was a good idea to start off with a short clip where you clearly see the evolution of Tesla Optimus since it first got introduced. So I'll try to put it up on the screen. And I have to swipe it over to here.
The dancing human.
The dancing human.
In a suit.
When was this again?
2021, Autonomy Day.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, that's not the end version.
It's not the end version.
The end version, we have it in over here. This is a post by, I think, Sawyer.
The golden version.
Yeah, so Gen 1, Gen 2 in the middle.
Gen
And
2.5.
2.5, yeah, correct.
Yeah, so the right one is 2.5.
The right one, yeah. The right
Yeah.
one's 2.5, yeah.
So we saw something yesterday with Disney, the red and black one.
Yeah.
So is that 2.5 or 3?
2.5 still.
Still 2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think still 2.5.
Yeah. So maybe to kick this off, this is currently Elon Musk's main focus, as he talked about. So Tesla Optimus. We can go into detail about why Tesla is uniquely positioned to build this product. I think this is a cool topic for today.
Definitely.
But right now, it's good to know that this is sort of the number one priority for Elon Musk to first of all build the product, so the product is ready, and the product will consist of a hardware component, obviously the robot, and this is now more or less 4 or 5 years in development, right?
Yeah, and they've come quite a long way.
Quite a long way. But the big factor that is going to happen when the hardware is finished is the software component, and the software component is not the software component but the AI component that will be the operating system of this Optimus bot, and then the whole ecosystem around it also needs to be built, like the software for maintenance.
Yeah.
The model for memberships or whatever. If you buy the product, is this a one-off software update that you get? But let's say this is the humanoid version basically of the car, because the car is a robot on wheels.
Yeah, and this is a robot on legs. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a humanoid version.
It's the same computer, same
robot.
cameras, so like the base is the same.
Same AI.
Definitely, yeah. And today I shared in our group chat a post, right, with what's his name again? He's the one working for Optimus, Russell Mendonca, and he retweeted a post by Ashok Laswamy about the FSD v14 release. And Russell Mendonca said that many of these model improvements will be directly useful for Optimus as well, as we unify both architectures. Both robots need to very efficiently compress video context to make decisions. So that's how important FSD and thus Optimus is. Like, this is the core focus right now of Tesla.
Yeah. So,
So the more cars we sell, the more FSD we get on the road, the more feedback we get, the faster Robotaxi will get driven out, the faster Optimus will perform.
Exactly. It's one big flywheel.
More tasks.
Yeah.
So what will be the first task Optimus will do? Well, next to shoveling popcorn.
I think you touch on a very good point there, because in my opinion they cracked like the manufacturing part already. The FSD part, like the brains of the bot, they're very close to reaching the end product. But how will it become woven into the fabric of economies and societies? Like, I think that's one of the biggest bottlenecks for Optimus to roll out. And I think it's very difficult to, like, what's the first thing that you can let this robot do?
It's so maybe we can first we can hold this question, so the discussion what a robot can do. But maybe first of all, let's have a discussion on why Tesla is uniquely positioned to do this. Why is Tesla? In the first place, why is Tesla doing this, and why are they the one that will be the leader in this humanoid market? Because right now there are many companies in this market starting humanoid like robots. So why do we think Elon started this in the first place, and why is Tesla uniquely equipped to do this?
Well, Mars, I think it's closely tied to Mars.
Mm-hmm.
Shipping people to Mars is quite difficult, but shipping robots to Mars is easy, and robots can survive in the atmosphere of Mars. Humans have quite some difficulty, so I think it's closely linked together.
Okay.
And why Tesla is the best positioned is because they have everything already in place, which they built in-house from scratch. And other companies still need to arrange parts from other companies and don't have that same vertical integration that Tesla has already. Besides that, they are front runners in AI and real world AI.
Mm-hmm.
And they got the whole manufacturing figured out. We touch upon this multiple times. Like, the factory is a product in itself. They have the machine that builds the machine. They have become superpowers when it comes to building cars, and thus also robots.
But also in robots, they have a lot of expertise, because in 2012, they already acquired Grumman Robotics. Which was an important part for their manufacturing capabilities at the time. There was a German robotics company.
The robots you use, the arms they use in the factories.
Arms and all the other things. And to build the Model 3 and all that, the famous story of the production hell, if we can remember that, there was just an overuse of robots at that moment. And a lot of robots from Tesla were off the shelf. So they acquired Grumman, but very soon they realized that for the solutions that Tesla needed, off-the-shelf solutions simply were not existed. So in order to get the manufacturing right, Tesla also need to invented their own robotics for many ways. So Tesla has already a very deep expertise in robotics and optimization processes. So this is, in the one hand, an extension on that as well.
Yeah, but maybe because I think you asked two questions. So one is, why is Tesla doing this, and two, why is Tesla as good positioned? So for me, still the first question is very interesting. and it's something I've been reading about as well and figuring out. I've been rereading our book, the Stellar Economy from Tony Seba. And when you reread that book, it comes so obvious why the mission of Tesla has been changed. So I think the mission has been changed 3 times. So the first was, let's get...
accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy.
No, transport was first.
Yeah.
Then it was energy.
Yeah.
And now it's sustainable abundance. So we started with cars. I think somewhere along 10 to 12 years, he started thinking, hey, these cars can actually be robot on wheels. But in the beginning, it was just transport. While doing the transport, he was also, hey, these are just batteries on wheels. So why don't we also try to get into the whole energy world?
And he needed to power the whole supercharger system with megapacks and make sure that...
Yeah, and I think a certain moment he also realized, hey, it's if we have all these batteries, we have the AI, we have the manufacturing, etc. We can also rebuild the whole economy that we have. And the economy right now, one of the biggest parts of the economy is labor. So we have labor, we have capital, and we have fine materials.
Yeah,
raw materials. Yeah. And those 3 right now, they create our current economy. And it's all based on oil. So it's how Tony Seba explains it, is the extraction economy. So we get oil out of the ground. We run our societies, but there's a lot of pollution left.
Yeah, and one important concept
we also
is scarcity.
Run our bodies out. So we are part of the system.
Yeah,
and within the new system, the robot will replace us. So we are not part of the system anymore. And the system is not going to be extraction system. It will be a stellar system, as he frames it. And stellar is like a solution where there is no input anymore from either the world. So we don't need 8 worlds to power our societies. And we don't need our labor. So we only need stellar production technologies. So we need batteries, we need AI, we need robotics. And those 3 together are going to create our new society.
Yeah, and
so I think the mission of Tesla, and he came more and more aware of it, I think, Elon, is that he can, with Tesla, he can not only create a better world through transport, but also through energy and now also through labor. And maybe even redefine the whole economy. And he is in the middle of that. He's like the epicenter of this new world, which is amazing. I mean, this is just the beginning that we're seeing, and this is the first product that we're seeing. And from here on, we can imagine all these different worlds where Optimus can be a role. So
we dive into that.
I think to answer your second question, why is Tesla so good at it? Because they started from transport. They realized, okay, there's also a battery on wheels. So they also have the whole energy infrastructure in place. And they have the factories in place. So, and they have this leader in place who is really in front of everybody.
All these technologies.
Yeah, and who has a coherent understanding of the future and how to get there.
Also somebody who can imagine this future, you know? I'm still reading the books that he already read when he was like 10 about the culture series and how his scientific or this sci-fi world is going to look like. I mean, for him, it's already...
It already exists.
For me, I'm still reading. I'm like, holy shit! If we're going to live in this kind of world, I mean, this is going to be crazy. You know?
That said, fantasies are there endlessly, right? You have a lot of crazy movies and things that we can come up with.
Yeah.
But Elon always comes from a fundamentals and a physics standpoint, right? So, so I like your take on what is needed for Mars. This is something that they're contemplating upon. Like how are we going to build a civilization on Mars? This is a very fundamental question for Elon to make life multiplanetary. So one big part is just the sheer effort of work that needs to be done on that planet. So that is a very critical thing to make that mission solve. So in one of the presentation of Elon, he said like, well,
What's a fixer upper planet? I mean,
yeah, but then the rocket needs to land, but also needs to have a launch pad at a certain point to go back. So in the beginning, it's like, okay, what are we going to do? So maybe one ship will just sort of crash and stay there, make the launch pad, and then the other ship will just be there and for renewal. So there are proper couple of strategies already there in place that needs to happen. So I agree that
and there is no oil.
No oil,
so there's no extraction economy there yet. So
and there's no energy. So like,
so he can start from scratch.
Exactly. Yeah, but making life multiplanetary is one of the big missions of Elon. And then I agree very much with you. Like one of the fundamental bottlenecks also for the mission on Earth is also labor.
Yeah.
In the Battery Day presentation of 2016, I think it was. Do you remember Battery Day still?
The first Battery Day was 2020.
Yeah, 2020.
I don't remember. But
2020 was Battery Day, and then so they rolled out their 4680 battery. That was one of the big breakthroughs at that time, and they laid out this whole blueprint of how much. So they made a sort of calculation of how much gigawatt hours they want to deploy with the 4680. And they made a whole breakdown for the number of factories they need, the amount of space they need, and all that.
Yeah.
But they also made a calculation of the amount of people needed to succeed on that mission, and people that need to be educated at some point to do that type of work. And then during the rollout of both the Model 3 and both the rollout of the 4680 battery, they bumped into so much sort of complexities that could only be fixed by humans. So sometimes it was a very sort of trivial thing, but only a human could do it. So at a certain point with the 4680, they had a couple of things that sort of manually some material needed to be added.
Grabbing the battery and like the insulation or cooling material.
And a lot of systems, like they also purchased. I think it was the Canadian. It was the Canadian battery company called not LiDAR. That's all a different thing. They purchased a Canadian company. They purchased Maxwell for the dry electrode technology. And they had a whole bunch of other manufacturing optimizations that they did, but they still missed sort of the
high bar systems.
Yeah, high bar systems. Sounds like LiDAR, right? There was high bar. So high bar was a acquisition that they did in order to speed up certain manufacturing processes. So they were balls deep into everything manufacturing, but still for many things they needed some sort of human labor also at scale. And there, Elon running factories, you also see, well, there's a lot of humans doing sort of mundane tasks, right? And those mundane tasks...
And he thought, delete. We can just build a humanoid and let them do it.
Yeah, but those mundane tasks basically needs to happen 24/7 all the time. So in this final step of sort of automation that they want to achieve, you need certain human interventions.
Yes, so the humanoid form factor became very important, but you don't want to have like the soul of the human and like all the shit that comes along with being a human. They need to get paid, and they need to get food and drinks and
but
secondary
also
benefits.
But also the quality of the output of the work
needs to be consistent.
Needs to be consistent on that. So that's very much the nail on the head what you say. The form factor. To have a form factor that is human-like became very important. Also to solve those sort of falling through the crack type of problems in automation that you have running these kind of factories. So that this is I think those things together are sort of the big why Tesla was going into this.
And then to believe or like to think when did they announce the first Optimus? Like that they're going to build Optimus. The guy in the suit that we saw dancing. That was 2021, right? And we're now in 2025. They've managed to, from a guy in a suit to a very ugly, basic-looking robot, to go to a super sleek product with very fine dexterity in the hand movements. They figured out the humanoid form factor.
Yeah, and still, of course, what we know about the robot on wheels is that the product will evolve in a continuous pace over time, right?
Yeah.
So version 3 is not sort of the end point
Nope.
for Tesla, but that robot will become more and more sophisticated throughout the years, basically.
And didn't Elon once mention that you need at least 3 iterations for it to become like a viable or a good functioning product?
Well, the Tesla always uses 3 phases to sort of scale that product. So in the beginning, they want to iron out the things in the product, but also in the manufacturing process. So those things go hand in hand. So in the beginning, it's a sort of small scale. Those will be the years 26, 27, probably, if you look at production announcements for the coming years. And then larger scale, and then hyperscale. And hyperscale is going to be very interesting because Elon said at some point in the future there might be more humanoids than humans on Earth doing
kind of
all sorts of work.
Kind of a scary thought, but also a fun thought. But
it's
well, what was in the compensation package? 1 billion bots, no?
Yeah.
No, 1 million, just 1
1 million. Oh, sorry.
Just 1 million.
Oh, just 1 million.
Just 1 million Optimi.
Yeah.
That's not too much.
No, can you imagine? I mean, well, we have 3 weeks ahead before we have the 6th November, the shareholder meeting.
Vote, yeah.
And on the invitation, there is a big face of Optimus. I don't think is it Optimus 2.5, which is on there?
I don't know.
Will we see Optimus 3 in the shareholder meeting?
They might surprise us, but you never know.
I think they will show Optimus 3 because that will be the Optimus that is the first production version of Optimus. And there are some changes in the hand and some factors that will be improved over there. And then when version 3 is there, the software will be integrated. So what we see right now in many of the movies of companies sharing robot videos, and also Tesla in the past sharing robot videos, those are, for example, on the Cybercap day, those robots were all teleoperated.
Yeah.
Yep. So teleoperated means there's some guy sitting in on the van
using a PlayStation controller
with a joystick or whatever sort of controllers to operate that robot, which is already, people say, oh, it's just teleoperated, but this is already like a big thing because even the teleoperated robot can, for example, be of use in a fire situation or in a military situation. So I don't discount the fact that a robot is teleoperated, but the next step is that it is AI operated.
Yeah, that's able to navigate autonomously and interact with the environment.
Yeah.
When presented a certain
and then
task.
The environment is a very interesting thing because Tesla does not start from scratch. That's the interesting thing, right? So Tesla has already billions and billions of data, real world AI, by just all the cameras of the FSD software that is being deployed, and also the whole labeling thing. So the auto labeling thing. This is a tree. This is a car. This is this.
Making sense of the world around
Making sense of the world around it. So the entry point. For me, what is still sort of puzzling idea is like, what is going to be the entry point of software for the Optimus bot? Because we already have the Tesla AI, but we also have XAI in place right now. Also something that did not exist while the Optimus bot was being launched, right? This was a whole new...
No, and the XAI as a company did not yet exist at the time.
when
No.
when that happened. But if you think about, let's say, this, and we can then venture into the use of this robot. But if you want to look up any information in the world, like all the information that is being compiled by humans, like recipes, let's say if the thing is a cook, or information about your garden,
Yeah, or how to clean your clothes.
or everything is already compiled by XAI. So this is the real world AI of Tesla's coming together. So all those billions of data in cars making sense of the world, plus all the knowledge that XAI has been accumulated with large language models and all that.
So what are you guys looking for 6 November? So it's obviously going to be a shareholder meeting. We've been voting for all these things that we want to. So the compensation package is important, investment in XAI. But suddenly there's like an invitation with an Optimus in front. So there will be kind of a product launch. So what are we looking for? What is important for us because I've also been watching Chris Camillo. He's deep into the robotics. Yeah. He had this podcast and he was saying, well, I was actually quite pessimistic about the whole Optimus program because Elon was distracted by government issues and those issues. And actually in the last 2 quarters, there were like 3 top people actually being laid off the company running the Optimus program. So he was actually getting quite mixed feelings.
Chris,
because he was all in Tesla because of Optimus, and also Elon added some extra information saying, well, 80% of cumulative of new cash flows of Tesla will actually come from Optimus.
Yeah.
So in this new podcast, he said, well, if I'm not going to see anything really material during this product launch, I'm gonna step out of my Tesla stake.
And he also thought like that Elon kind of effed up by not focusing enough on Optimus, right?
Yeah. So he actually said, well, we have learned that Elon is the master again. He's running the whole program again. So he's quite optimistic again. And he is also quite optimistic that Elon is actually gonna say something about Optimus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but the whole question is what do we want to see? What does version 3 need to be? Are we going to see version 3?
Yeah, and this is the invitation that you were talking about.
Yeah.
If I think just about what is being said, and I don't agree with Chris Camillo's take on this. For a
Why
couple
not?
of sorry.
Why not?
Well, for a couple of reasons, because Elon mentioned that Optimus is one of the most important things for Tesla's future, and of course, Elon was being distracted by things in politics, but still very much on the realm of his companies and doing the work there. But for his missions to making life multiplanetary, this is such a critical thing. And I do believe that Tesla has become way more secretive about their projects than they have been in the past, because they see the rest of the world is trying to copy things as fast as possible. So where in the past you got a bit of teasers, a bit of hype, and all that, I feel very much with the Optimus project, Tesla is holding their
cards close to their chest,
cards very close to their chest. And I do think people from a sort of financial background, and I do know Chris is very deep into also technical details about this product. So I watched a bunch of videos of him that were quite impressive.
Yeah, I think he's on the cap table of a lot of different robotic companies.
Yes, but he is still coming from sort of making bets on social on more from a sort of financial background instead of sort of the deep understanding of the technologies that are in place. And he understands the technology probably very, very well. But just a point that I want to make is that a lot of robots can be very impressive. So if you look at robots from 10 years ago already, from Boston Dynamics and all those kind of companies, those robots are also like super impressive in terms of the capabilities that can make backflips and all that. So there are many things that can be. But the strength that Elon has is that he can go very deep in sort of the core problem that needs to be solved. And one of the core problems that Elon talked about was the hand of this robot. And
dexterity.
This is
Dexterity.
And so this is like a very sort of minor thing from the outside world to look at.
Yeah, but it's in fact a very complicated human body part.
Yeah, and then Elon will put all his attention towards that, fixing that type of problem to do that, while the rest of the robotics companies, they also need to raise capital. Tesla does not have to raise capital. They already have capital.
Yeah.
So what do you need to do when you need to raise capital? Then you also need to make investors interested in this. So what are you going to do then?
Yeah.
Make showcases, make sort of making those bots doing very spectacular things, right?
Yeah, so you're preoccupied with the shit that doesn't matter.
Or already roll out a robot that can already do certain tasks, right? So
like we see Figure AI doing in the BMW factory, for instance.
Which is impressive. Huh? So they're very impressive. And that those kind of things are very impressive. But we also have seen that with FSD, of course, because we could also think about use case of FSD on airports and so. But Elon did not settle for that sort of in-between solutions. He wants for the full solution or not. So
or nothing at all.
A bit of all-in mentality. So the Tesla team...
First principles.
So the Tesla team is very much focused on fixing those very critical things, not only in the product itself, but also in the scaling part after it. So you can say, okay, I want X, Y, and Z in the prototype of the robot. Yeah. And a prototype can also mean you make 50 versions of it. It's still a prototype. And the famous quote of Elon is, making a prototype is easy. Yeah. But making it in mass production is very hard. Making mass production profitable is even harder, especially in cars. So I think Chris Camillo is very much on the ball on this in this market. So I do follow him very closely. But I do think he doesn't always see the track record in operation.
Yeah, but I was actually quite intrigued by his statement that he said, okay, I'm going to be all in before we enter the meeting. Mm-hmm. So he says, okay, I am under the assumption that Elon has the best product. Mm-hmm. I'm also under the assumption that he can scale, etc. So I don't have the, I don't know his word what he used, but I don't have the audacity to not be all in Tesla before the meeting starts. Mm-hmm. But he will change his mind during the meeting if he doesn't see what he wants to see. Mm-hmm. So that's my question to you guys is, what does Chris Camillo want to see during the product presentation?
I think after listening to Damien's story, I think that's a crucial part of it, that he solved the step beyond prototypes, because we've seen only prototypes thus far. And if Chris Camillo could be convinced of their capacity to, at scale and at low cost, produce millions of Optimi, that's the moment.
But my thing is that also there, Tesla is not going to reveal all their cards, because from that could be a very easy thing for them to do, right? So they show on the first use case, by the way, those first use cases will be in the Tesla factories, right? So the 5,000 bots will be deployed in Tesla factories. So they
That should be somewhere next year already, right?
end of this year was already being stated. So that could be like points.
Doing useful work, and meaningful work.
Doing useful and meaningful work. But that what I expect is that it's going to be underwhelming presentation in that sense of people expecting sort of
as always
the thing doing spectacular things. But this is not Tesla's approach anymore. They don't have to raise capital. Tesla in the past was doing this, but Tesla does not have to do that anymore. So
they're not going to impress they don't have a need to impress.
No,
but they do have a need to actually send out an invitation with Optimus on there. So what is going to be their goal? What's going to be what are we going to see?
The clear reason behind that is the robotaxis and Tesla Energy and FSD can propel Tesla towards a valuation of between 5 to 10 trillion. In Elon's current plan is EBITDA 400 billion as sort of the benchmark, but only 1 million Tesla bots. If you listen to the announcement that Elon made in the past, like, okay, what does an economy even mean when we have a billion bots being deployed or 2 billion bots? Elon never talked about millions of bots. Elon talked about billions of bots. So his skill is not millions. This is not his end goal, right? Maybe achievable within the time frame 3 to 5 years where this compensation plan is being geared upon, right? Or 7.5 years or so. But every year they want to scale it with an order of magnitude. The Optimus bot will be Tesla's fastest scaling product that they have. One, because they have the manufacturing expertise. Two, is because it's way simpler to manufacture this thing than a car. You need way less supply chain for
way
Optimus
less parts,
bot.
way less footprint in factory size.
Then
way less batteries.
Less batteries, all that. So there's just many things that...
AI is already almost done.
Yeah, they need to build it all from scratch, right? So every, actuator and all that, every part needs to be designed from scratch. I was looking for that
word, like actuators. I was trying to get this word for the past 10 minutes already.
Yeah.
Do you have the Dutch word for it?
Actuator.
Really? So why is it so difficult?
Now I know, but I was thinking push rods and what the fuck.
So and those kind of things are.
Can you explain what an actuator is?
An actuator is something that it moves limbs and joints.
So if you look at this thing, what's the actuator?
You are the actuator in this.
Okay, well, if I don't touch it,
then there's no actuator, right?
Yeah. So how do we move this thing? We put an actuator in here, no? Isn't that it?
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. Like they used to work with, I think, hydraulic actuators, and not inside the joints.
Yeah. So also those actuators in the beginning, you saw like movies where the
actuator is like creating action, isn't it? Then
it's kind of.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
I'm just trying to bring up some ways for you to understand it. To remember it.
Yeah, I know it now.
But those actuators, in the beginning you saw videos of lifting it a piano and all that. So those actuators are actually very strong. But to create that and to manufacture those, it all needs to happen in-house. You cannot order any of those things. You cannot order them off the shelf. So Tesla really built this thing from the ground up, but also thinking through all the next step that then needs to happen to get this on mass scale. And so my interesting thing will be like, okay, they are going to present the future of an Optimus economy, but it will be a very aspirational-like presentation probably. And maybe the rest, the updates on robotaxis and so will be very tangible, like we already have them on the roads and the car will be there, but Optimus will be very informational.
Will we get some more color on the mass plan 4? So
it will be in line with...
We discussed Mastermind 4. It was
yeah.
a kind of vague. Then we got the compensation plan. It got more details.
Concrete,
And I think this is the moment that he's actually going to present some...
Yeah, maybe somehow where they
and
go
how
to
Optimus actually is like the manifestation of this new master plan.
Yeah. But on the aspirational level, this will be a yes. Also where they are right now, so you probably will see some demos and all that. But it's not going. They're not going to show all their cards for this Optimus bot simply because the war for AI talent and the war in this AI space and robotic space is so fierce that they need to be constantly aware. Like one of the programmers, they stole all their code again, and this is like an ongoing thing. Like they're paying so much for those.
It's commercial secrets, because what you say is exactly true. It's like it's such a competitive space. And you're a front runner in this space. We saw it I think when we went to Hanover, where we saw the Tesla Semi for the first time. All these Chinese guys shoving their phones underneath the Tesla Semi to just look at how it works. And whenever, for instance, the regulations around FSD, Tesla needs to share a lot of information with governments to get approval, right? But what you can do is you can like ask to do a VOO, so like to get public policy out in the open. Like, why is it taking so long? They need to have like an army of lawyers redacting all the stuff that could be commercial secrets. You don't want to give away your secrets, of course. Otherwise, you're going to be like, boom, outplayed in the market, right?
Yeah, and you can imagine that, for example, already in the Model 3 days, Elon had severe problems with like literal spies walking around in his company. Just because competitors were so laser focused on trying to know what Tesla was up to and to steal from Tesla. That especially with these type of new technologies that are being presented, Tesla is now super secretive.
With that in mind, are we going to see anything on the 6th of November? Regarding Optimus?
I think the step, like, okay, what will be the use cases? The first 5,000 bots of Tesla, they will be deployed in the Tesla manufacturing processes. So I think seeing that video of the latest Kung Fu videos and that show a little bit of the physical capabilities of Optimus already. But Ashok shared that the software part, they have not been working on the software part, at least to integrate sort of Tesla AI into the Optimus bot. That is not the phase yet where they are. So I personally think, to Chris Camillo's case,
are they not, or are they already there?
No, they're not there.
So that video that we saw, everybody's Kung Fu fighting.
Couple of things that he learned.
That's not AI.
That can be AI, but not the full AI of Tesla being fully deployed.
I don't think that's AI, because you saw in the background, you saw a dude with a controller.
Yeah. So what I think is that other robotics companies have been pushing very slick demos and capabilities of their robots already with software in them, because they need to raise capital.
Yeah, so Figure AI just teased the
many
demo,
other
for in 2 days
with the skin and a hoodie on and all that. Yeah, so I've seen that one. So it looks impressive and it looks like they're making progress.
I actually like the new sneakers they had.
Yeah, but if you look at a very fundamental thing to make this happen is, one, scaling it. Not only prototypes, and that's just going to be very hard. And the second is the AI capabilities, and no company in the world comes even close to the capabilities that Tesla and now also XAI together have. So from what I understand is that also Tesla's or XAI And the Tesla AI teams, there's not sort of closed. It's not like Chinese walls between those companies. So those people are very much involved talking about the future that is going to occur, and they're building it hand in hand. But XAI is very much focused on general AI solutions, software,
LLMs.
understanding the universe eventually. And the Tesla is very much on sort of the practical, real world,
Physical
hardware-driven,
Yeah.
physical, hardware-driven AI. So the level and the quality of the software that Tesla will bring to this Optimus bot will be unparalleled compared to all the other companies. So you can make the hardware, but then you still need so much software qualities to make that bot interact with the world. So I would never bet against that. That would be my take.
No, like it's always a dumb decision to bet against Elon. To answer your question before we move to this video, or like we can look at it first. You see this guy in the background. He is holding something.
Playing Tekken.
Yeah, yeah, Mortal Kombat, Tekken, or Tekken. But it is a post from Elon where he says or writes Tesla Optimus learning Kung Fu, and in this post underneath it, robot learns Kung Fu through motion capture and imitation learning. So it might be AI at play, but I still have the idea that it's still being teleoperated by him.
And if you then go to Ashok, Ashok's post, he shares where the Optimus the Tesla AI still needs to do it. It looks like Galgje in the back.
Yeah, I was looking at those as well.
Oh, hanging there. So
those are defeated by the human.
Yeah, so it's almost impossible to pull them over. Can you go to Ashok's X account? Maybe you can find that post. It's so nice that we all know who we are talking about, right? We know everybody that we are following here. FSD, yeah, okay. Just the beginning. Yeah. Once the AI models for self-driving and Optimus unify, it's going to be fire lit. It's a great time to join Tesla AI team to work on the coolest products. That's also interesting. Products on the planet. So this is just the beginning. Once the AI models for self-driving...
This is where Kees started with the episode. This is the tweet that you just read.
This is not the tweet that I read, but this is... It's the essence is the same. The tweet was... It was a repost from Ashok by another Tesla employee, but it says the same. Like, that's why FSD is so crucial for Optimus. They need to unify both architectures, and that's was going to be my answer to your question. They are going to showcase how far they have come with FSD. Like, what did we run into with every major iteration? And what struck out for me in the v14.1 release that just came out is that those end state things as driving to a drive-thru, and that the car knows when to continue driving onwards. Those are like the last steps to solve real-world FSD, like autonomous driving.
What do you mean? Because I don't really understand what you said.
Okay, so for instance, if I would go to a McDonald's or a Starbucks drive-thru, you have to stop at your first station. You would need to say your order. Then at some point, you'll press the accelerator to continue. But now the car knows when you stopped that first transaction and will just go. And then it will proceed to the first window. And once the transaction is finished, then the car still knows what to do.
How does the car know?
Well, there's a super funny video from Dirty Tesla. Like, how does it know? I don't know. Like, how the fuck does it know when to go? And that's the major question. How does it know? So it uses microphones from the outside to listen to people talking, make sense of the conversation, and also use the camera input to see the tapping of a phone, seeing that as a transaction. And once that transaction is completed, because
So that's already a combination of grok and
making
Make
sense
FSD.
of
of the world.
yeah, and it's like context.
being sentient.
Yeah.
Being sentient. So that was the post that I was reading out loud from Russell Mendonca.
Yeah.
Is you need to process video quickly enough and efficient enough to make sense of the context and then
Act upon it.
act upon it. And they've tackled that in v14. And I think the first major step was FSD v10. Then we went to v12, which was like end-to-end. And now we went to 13, which was a super big progress. And now v14 has solved those end-state issues.
Exactly. So if you would take a drive, you would be on the steering wheel for like 0 moments only when parking.
No, because the parking...
no, but that was 13.
Exactly,
And with 14, you can drive in your car for days without touching and going into drive-thrus, going into parking lots, you name it. And going into a gravel road, parking into your garage, I also saw.
Yeah, Chris again from Dirty Tesla,
Yeah.
And I will make even a prediction, which is for me, it's the obvious thing, is that the AI needed for Optimus is going to be a tenfold better than the AI for the cars, because the cars, like this kind of situation, right, where you say a McDonald's drive-thru, for example, this is something that Optimus will encounter all the time. Like
parking garages,
house situations where you need to have way more subtlety in your movements as a car. Something still underestimated is like the level of the safety that Tesla need to bring for FSD, right? So it's literally like if a car makes an accident, then it's sort of a chaos situation, like straight from the bed.
Especially for Tesla, which is heavily magnified.
Not only magnified, but just objectively, like if somebody's in the car and it goes,
it's a major liability issue.
Major liability. So in that sense, Optimus Bot has a little bit more sort of
freedom.
Sort of less
leeway. It's less risky. It's not a killing machine on wheels.
Yeah. So the AI from the Optimus will be 10 times better than the AI.
So also 10 times
they solved this
more
issue.
complex.
I do hope they solve this issue. This is very risky.
Okay, good. And what we also have seen.
I don't know.
Have you seen that talking about this video? That a Neuralink also had the same. They fixed the first human with an arm already.
Okay.
The Neuralink was operating an arm. Sorry,
when we were talking about actuators, I needed to.
Actuators.
Oh no.
Yeah, but okay. Neuralink.
Okay, now I have a clear picture in my mind with actuators.
Yeah,
I will never forget it.
Never forget it anymore.
But talking about, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so Neuralink, they made a video recently where they showed a tele-operated arm by the human mind. So those robotics, we will also get hybrid humans that, for example, lost an arm in a car accident, and suddenly they have just a well-functioning arm that can be operated just by...
just as we saw in that video.
Yeah. But then correctly.
Yeah. So coming back to Chris Camillo's take again, I would never bet against this type of software stack and AI capabilities that Tesla has in it. And all the bots from competitors had some sort of software that were showing amazing capabilities. So those capabilities are amazing, but they can easily throw sand in your eyes because you then think, oh, but Tesla is not as far ahead. But once Tesla installs the software and those things are coming together, things will get a sort of big leap forward again.
You mean this one?
This is going to be the big question. Yeah.
This is where they do it, right? Or not?
Not sure if this, no, not this one.
I was doing rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah. But there's also a robot arm being operated.
Okay, I'll try to look that up in the background, guys. Okay.
Yeah, but never mind. But that is also going to be an obvious thing that Neuralink will integrate with robotic solutions at some
Which is
point.
again why Tesla is the best positioned out there, because they control every facet of what makes up a humanoid and physical real world AI.
Yeah.
I'm actually thinking if with Neuralink advancing and Neuralink actually getting all the data from somebody who is connected to it, it can use that data to actually train Optimus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be that that there's also a data advantage there. So
they're literally copying a human brain.
So they're biomimicking just like they've been biomimicking everything.
Yeah. Look, like the way most of the people, including myself, are using AI, right, is to write a bit of code, is to come up with some ideas for pictures of sceneries that I want to have by writing some poems and all that. I use them for my biomarkers with my in-body scan and all the data that I get within my company. So a lot of data analysis. But Tesla and XAI has so much advanced sensors. This is the first time I think on Neuralink, for example, but they also have data from that, so they know they can use the AI to work on that. So yeah, there's this.
This is
picture.
a short clip of 46 seconds where this guy is using an ARA, an assistive robot arm, and he's
with his brain, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. With the Neuralink chip.
In his chip.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Yeah, but look at this. Already this is like already amazing.
No, I'm waiting for the moment that he just throws the cup in his face. Sorry for not having sound, but the people watching this at home will have sound.
Yeah, but okay, how does he do that? Okay, interesting. Yeah, do it. Yeah. All right, let's go. Yeah, but if you already think on the implications of daycare, for example, that people don't have this ability, it's already millions of people that have that. But also from a data perspective, with Neuralink, Elon can do a handful full of calls like, listen, Neuralink team, can you join us in a meeting? Or if it's a meeting at all, or sort of working session where you say, like, let's talk about the brain of the Optimus bot. How what can we learn from our experience at Neuralink? Creating an AI for this Neuralink. What kind of things are needed? And maybe for the imaging processing, the image processing, for example, in a car, is really fast, right? Yeah. So it needs to be
less than a split second.
Less than a split second. So the equivalent of throwing a ball to you and catching it and processing the data like that fast. So if a car comes to Tesla, it can maneuver like super fast, like faster, maybe even faster than a human can at some point, or maybe already now.
Yeah, and predict future movement based on the current trajectory.
Yeah, but it can also be that Optimus bot needs a slightly different operating system for that. So also there in the back end, I do believe it's not only copy paste, but also again their first principles approach with maybe smart people from Neuralink, all the people involved that can come with a solution, like how should a brain of an Optimus bot work, which is the most complex part of that bot, right? So it's not only about the current capabilities. So if you would look at current capabilities right now, you can say maybe there are other people that have shown more spectacular results that can be a true thing to think about. But the extrapolations of the capabilities within Tesla is something that is very critical for the success of this product.
I actually came to two questions listening to you. For you guys. One was are we going to see Optimus drive other cars?
Why would that be needed?
I don't think there's a use case for that because other cars than a Tesla.
Don't think so. You need more cameras in order to operate it safely.
Yeah, because it lacks the No, I don't think no because I agree with you. You need more cameras around the vehicle to make sense of the environment, but then again, an Optimus with eyes could use the rear view mirrors and operate a vehicle if learned correctly. So it could, but I don't see the use case for it because you can also take, let's say, an FSD computer, put it in a car just like Comma AI does with your phone, attach it to the mirror, and it can drive itself.
There could be use cases, like bijvoorbeeld a tractor.
Yeah, maybe.
So
but
the Optimus is actually working on the
the
farm,
field.
Yeah, but
in the field, and he jumps into his tractor.
In agriculture, like autonomous driving has been applied for quite some time already.
Yeah, okay, but that's just an example.
Yeah.
So I was very curious when I learned this question.
It can mow the lawn. Oh no, we have robot mono.
But
we already have, but it's actually quite interesting. If Optimus is actually going to proceed faster than we think, it could be that the laggards of the automobile industry will have Optimus drive their cars.
We just buy a shit ton of Optima, and let's say we have autonomous vehicles.
Okay, if you don't want FSD, well, I would just put my Optima in there.
So coming back to use cases.
What was the second question, by the way?
Yeah.
Think about it, and I will weave this in.
Yeah.
So talking about the use cases, for me, the two most important.
Oh, I got it.
The two most important use cases that Tesla will present on the short term are twofold. Are one, capabilities within their factory.
Yeah.
And they can already deploy thousands and thousands of bots there. So that will probably be 2026. The whole production of 26 will go into that.
I think he stated that himself as well, and was later reiterated by what's his name again? Herbert.
Yeah. And the second use case that will be one of the biggest markets in the beginning to start with is last mile deliveries for Tesla, because the last mile delivery requires a lot of these kind of human-like interventions.
So they will be driving a car, or will they be a passenger?
No, passenger in one of the capabilities that we will see there. So there are right now many bicycles driving around. There are many small vans driving around with people in them doing that. So the cost for companies like Uber Eats and all that are just very high because of this.
Because of the manual labor,
Yeah, and the transportation issue. And those kind of, from my point of view, those will be the markets until, let's say, 27, end of 27. And in 28, you will probably see the first household, sort of solutions coming up, cooking, cleaning, all the vacuum cleaning, all that sort of folding laundry and those kind of solutions. But already in the factory, the Optimus bot will become more and more intelligent. But one of the first use case that is a very big market already and very ties into what Tesla tried to achieve with Cybercaps already is a last mile delivery type of solutions.
Yeah, and I think as an extension to what you're saying there, because you have like in the food industry, for instance, you have like these very big production facilities, and then there's always one necessary last step. That's, for instance, stuff like order picking, like making sure that all the finished goods get picked and get put in a van correctly. Exactly, and that's where you need that human form factor to do to do the manual labor and also make sense of, okay, like this is the order, I need to pick this and that, and then perhaps like assisting in healthcare situations or children's daycare or elderly care, stuff like that. Like
so for example, elderly care where you have like 500 elderly people where the medicines need to be
or
put into,
meals need to be presented, stuff like that. Yeah.
We can also, this is an interesting case. You talked about form factor, and form factor is basically a way of local automation, because you can say like, okay, putting all these pills in for the elderly people in their daily thing.
Yeah.
Can be automated with some kind of machine.
Yeah,
but
like a dispenser or something. Yeah.
yeah, but it's just not a viable solution for one manual tailor things, or those people need to invest in a thing that is only a dispenser at the point.
Because
So I can call that local automation that will occur with Optimus.
that only makes sense in a factory, but like in an elderly care center, the medicine gets delivered at the front door. So Optimus would take care of that package and then take it to another area where he does the sorting. And otherwise, you would need to have like a constant feed of automated supply coming in from the door, getting to that machine. So like on a big scale,
and a human operating then that machine.
Exactly.
Yeah. So in this, those kind of sort of simple tasks that can be automated now because of the human form factor can be sort of done.
And it wouldn't economically make sense in that situation, but a robot would.
Yeah, because if Optimus take 2 hours sorting out those medicines, he can go to the next task at that point.
Yeah. Still have the question at the top of your mind? What's it? What's the question?
So, why does a bot or Optimus needs a head?
A head?
Yeah.
To make it recognizable, maybe, so we can.
Yeah, I like the way you think there, because otherwise it would be very dystopian and weird. So like, it still needs to interact with humans, so it kind of has to have a human-looking face to not be. Otherwise, it's just like looking at a Terminator or killing a robot.
Why do we have a head?
Because we have a couple sensors here, right? We have eyes, we have ears for smelling, we have a mouth for taste. So this is basically our...
this is our command center.
Exactly. What is our command center? The eyes, the nose, the mouth, or something else?
It's the brain. It's
the brain, exactly.
It's the physical brain.
So I've learned something new, is that the brain is working so hard that it emits so much energy that it needs to get out. That's why we have a head. Because it's very thin.
Okay.
So the heat can go out.
That's why it's at
that's
the top
why you
of
have
your head.
Yeah, so I keep the heat.
Yeah, because you're a little bit cold right now.
Yeah.
But they also say this about the bot. So the bot also needs to get heat out. So that's why they need a head.
And at the top, because the heat always flows to the top. Yeah. Okay.
Isn't that interesting?
And the battery is then the heart? Or is
Sorry?
Is the analogy then that the battery is the heart? Or how you...
I don't know, but there's also, there's not enough space within the bot itself.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of actuators and things, but there's not a lot of space to put things in. So that's why they need the head as well, because that's like there's some space there as well.
Yeah.
But they will probably put the chip in the head, because that's also where the warmth is going to be generated.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
So it would be cool that
it almost reminds me of why are rockets the shape of a rocket?
Yeah. And it's a
because
testament.
Somewhere when they started building rockets, they needed to have parts going from the western part of United States to the eastern part, and the most cheapest way was to actually put it on the railway.
Yeah.
So the parts of the rocket couldn't be bigger than the railway itself. And why is the railway as big as it is right now? Because we had a horse and carriage.
Yeah.
And the horse and carriage was like 2 wheels and 2 horses. So the railway and the train is those dimensions because we had the horse and the carriage. And that's why the rockets are also these dimensions.
That's a logical evolution, but then based on the restraints put on the first invention.
The first invention.
Yeah.
So
maybe
actually quite strange that you actually build a bot which does the same things as a human.
And you end up using the same form
looking
factor.
like we are.
Yeah, but it
Human
kind of
also
ties
has,
into the hand thing that you were talking
Yeah.
about. Like for something that feels so simple and normal to us, this is actually a
very complex.
very complex organ in itself.
Yeah.
And then when you look at a human body or like an animal
Yeah.
body, it's perfected for that specific purpose or use case that they have to fulfill. So
Yeah.
it makes perfect sense that a humanoid robot would adopt
so,
a human
so
form factor.
humans have
So it's
evolved.
completely normal that this arm goes like this.
Yeah.
It's
Humans,
evolution.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
so
okay.
so humans the reason why sort of I don't like that to call it in that sense that way, but that humans are sort of top of the food chain is because we can adapt most to whatever sort of environment we are being put in.
Yeah.
And one of the big factors is the hand and the thumb. So, for example, if they look at the neurons within an elephant, they have a way more neuron activity than a human. But the elephant just doesn't have so much adaptability to its environment due to sort of his physical capabilities that he has. So, elephant will win with strength. Elephant will win with sound and recognizing, for example, somebody a miles distance by the vibration of the ground. So those kind of animals have a lot of capabilities. So in many factors, they are superior to what humans can do. But humans have unique capabilities to be very fast adjustable to whatever environment you put them in. Like the Tesla FSD with the car, if you put it in China, it will start driving like a Chinese driver. So they
crash.
Yeah, they thought very much about what are sort of the human capabilities that we then want to install. But coming back to your thing, if all the operating is in its head, maybe at one point we can have a super intelligent Optimi bot generation 5 or 6 or so that has like a huge huge water just with like 5x the capability of that, and constantly arguing with you like being our podcast guest because he's more intelligent than all of us combined.
Yeah, when is Optimus joining our podcast?
Yeah, probably 27 or so. I'm going to.
He will just sit here and answer questions and lead.
Yeah, and maybe also they won't roll out sort of. I've been thinking about the Optimus bot a lot, so it will be. I don't know that. Maybe you guys know it, but does it have other sensors than eyes? Does it have touch? Does it have smell? Does it have taste? Yeah, those things are very. That will be things interested to me, and of course Tesla must have been thinking about those kind of things.
100%.
Let's assume they have, or they have non-human-like sensors. Like for example, I can screen you and see your whole body temperature. This is already capabilities that are there, right? So we can.
Yes, so you don't necessarily need to feel the warmth, but just perceive it.
Perceiving it, or maybe a sensor just putting something on your neck and then know exactly what your body temperature is. If those kind of sensors will be the case, maybe it can collaborate also with a wearable that you have, so it knows your heart rate in real time. So are you a bit stressed out, Florian? Can I do something for you? But Optimus bot, if it can deploy sensors, etc., it will be the best medical assistant / personal trainer that is out there, sort of from day one, by doing that, because it knows a ton of exercises, like for all over the internet, so everything you can imagine.
Tailor to your problems.
Yeah, and okay, Florian, I want you to do some squats. He will count exactly the amount of squats that you then will do. So yeah, you only did 7 reps, Florian. Come on, give me 3 more. The program
and it recorded all the squats, and you can see the squats on your own smartphone again, where it sends you the footage.
So exactly, it will be a coach, not only a sports coach, but it will be coach in everything.
It will be your buddy throughout life.
That's an excellent squat, Florian.
Your personal assistant.
But I saw on your muscle activity temperature that you did not go all out, so you're just on 60% of your capabilities. I want you to do some extra reps.
Give
You
me
go
10
to-
push-ups. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Stop being a pussy.
Don't look me in the eyeballs. Don't eyeball me.
So, but those kind of temperatures. So, for example, in a kitchen situation where it's going to cook, one of the most important cook is the final part where the chef gets his spoon and tastes the pasta sauce,
Yeah.
and says like, okay, this is a good. So
So Optimus.
yeah, and for example, flipping burgers will be something that can be very well because you know exactly. You can have a sensor in it or pinpoint something in it where you know the temperature of that
Yeah.
burger. So some task will be or roasting a bun.
Yeah.
That is something that can be easy, but like taste-specific things,
That's a super specific thing.
that's very specific. Or smell-specific things are going to be super specific. So I will wonder, maybe Tesla will come at some point, like together with maybe Neuralink features, that the role of the nose into our daily decision making is actually very important. It's not only eyes, but we also smell certain situations. Maybe Optimus is going to become superior in that too. We don't know.
Yeah, so SpaceX will be obviously one of their first clients.
Yep.
So when does SpaceX need their first Optimi, Legion of Optimi?
When the
When they
first
first
window opens.
Yeah,
you
and
got
when is that? That's
26.
26?
No.
No.
Can you open first?
So we had this episode about SpaceX where we
Yeah.
were envisioning that there will be like 1,000 rockets going up.
Yep.
Yeah, we touched upon this a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
But that was before 2030.
No, the first window to send Starship to Mars is targeted for 2026. Subsequent launch window will be 28, 29.
So a broad answer will be within the next 3 years.
Yeah, we will see a lot of Optimi going to space.
Yeah. Trying to do useful work there, building a rocket launch station. So then, if you extrapolate that, then construction will be one of the biggest endeavors where Optimus will be trained upon.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
That will be the first use cases, probably.
Yeah. So you see, that is going to be very important. Construction.
Yeah.
And construction can be done in a very superior way, right? So because you can tailor, it can measure everything up on the millimeter specific all the time just by its sensors.
Mhm.
So that is going to be spectacular. One dream that I had one night was if you have your Tesla Model Plaid, right? You have a Plaid as well, right?
I don't.
No, but in the Plaid you have the chill, sport, and then Plaid mode. I was wondering at some point, because in our mind it's like, you said, oh, it can be a coach. Yes, it can be a coach. But in our minds, like robot, and I will tell the robot what to do, and then the robot will execute this task, or he has a set of tasks that he just automatically do during the day, right? So 10 tasks in the household or 5 tasks in whatever. But then I thought, well, maybe the robot will have like a chill, sport, and Plaid too, like assertive, normal, and hyper, not assertive, and hyper assertive.
Yeah.
And the
Slot mode.
yeah,
And that's like, again, I love the naming. Well,
Yeah.
there's no need to call it sloth, but they do, and there's no need to call it ludicrous, and
Yeah.
but they do. That's
that's
so
the fun
funny.
thing. So the sort of the lazy one, the chill one, is just waiting for you to give a command.
yeah. And the other one's very assertive and takes care of all.
And the assertive is like, I had this dream, like I had like 5 or 6 Optimus bot around me on hyper assertive. So then my HGSG brain goes only saying yes or no all the time. Do you want me to do do you want me to get groceries? Simple task. Or I have this brilliant idea to build a birdhouse in your garden. Shall I build a birdhouse for you?
Yes,
yeah, sure.
go ahead.
Then
Yeah,
go
but that's why you're so busy, Damien. Yeah, I'm just trying to get my assertive bots working all day.
I'm trying to keep my fucking bots in goddamn
Yeah.
line.
yeah.
But don't you use Asana? No, there will probably be like an input mechanism to put those bots into work. How are you going to give them the
because
the tasks?
they let's say in a situation where they go in my garden. If
But
it's
how are you going to give them the task?
I think the bot
How are you going to program it?
since it also got intelligence layer and all the data in it, it says like, okay, I was looking at your garden, and there are some onkruid crops, weeds growing in your garden. Do you
So
want
he's
me?
talking to you about it.
Yeah.
No,
So
do
the
you want me-
instructions will be given by voice.
yeah, but
Yeah.
also
Do you want me to solve this weeds problem?
yeah, and where
No, but for example, me and my wife, we have a Google sheet where we have all our
a calendar, Google Calendar.
No, Google Sheet.
Yeah.
Where we have all our
household tasks.
aligned, and we have put, okay, this is Florian, this is Caroline, this is, and now we're going to put the names of our children next to it.
They get yours too.
Will I be able to send that Google Sheet to Optimus?
Optimus 1, Optimus 2.
I think
Or do I need to read it out, or how? It's this is also a
look
kind
like if Optimus, let's say there's 1 million of household Optimus bot, it will be like FSD, the best car. It's not programmed on all the drivers. It's programmed on the
best drivers,
on the best
the
drivers.
best households.
So, for example, a household. If you look at, for example, this closet, it's kind of messy, right?
Thanks that you're saying it yourself.
Because I need to sometimes you grab something and then it gets reorganized again. But Optimus will put everything in the right order all the time.
Yeah, of course.
So life will become a little bit boring. So I think it's going to be a very collaborative thing where the Optimus just try to do as much work as possible. But your household probably looks different than Kay's household, and Kay's household looks different than mine.
I'm just trying to
need
go further than you already are.
You need an interface. You need an interface to connect with the bot.
You need a command center, because I do not want to spend my whole day communicating with bots.
No,
but giving them tasks or having a discussion about the task. I'm like,
I think,
come on, just sort it out.
My law lawyer just goes on 9 o'clock. It goes, and then
but you have to give it the instructions.
No, it's just at one point it was like with the installation. You say what time
so
this, what time that.
That's the moment.
I
that's
think
the moment you give the instructions.
I think with Optimus or any humanoid, but let's keep it at Optimus, is there will be two interfaces. The first one is you can link it to your Google Calendar or link it to Google Sheets. You can like interface it with it like that, or perhaps even an app. But I think there will also be a learning mode where the bot just observes how your household interacts and recognizes patterns, and then thinks of a way how to
assertive
play a role.
Yeah.
So the proactive,
Yeah.
that's going to even be crazier.
Yes,
But we both have the ADHD brain, associative brain.
Yeah.
So within a minute, I have like 10 different pictures of things that I could make, do, or imagine.
Let's do this thought exercise, Florian.
So if I have a Neuralink on me, the bots will be carrying it out already.
Yeah.
If I don't have like a filter or say, no, don't do this. I mean, it was just a thought. It was just a thought.
And this was a very intrusive thought.
Don't start.
Can you prefer?
And then it would be slamming people on the ground.
Exactly.
No, but maybe we can use the analogy like this. Like, for example, you probably have the experience that you have different cleaners for your house, right? And you see a difference in quality in the cleaner.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. So one cleaner is like, okay, what do you want me to do? And you give her a handful of tasks, and then she does those handful of tasks in the good or sort of quality that you think about. Mm-hmm. But one time, so I had in my house different cleaners over the years. But recently there was a cleaner coming into my house that was like on a whole different level than all the other cleaners that were ever existed in my house. So that took that whole task to a whole nother level. So I was like, coming in my house, like for the first
Where
time.
have you been in my all my life?
after that bin, I was like, whoa, this is like a leap in
I
quality.
get it, but where what are we gonna?
Well, Optimus is being trained at sort of household situations that sees millions of houses, and trained on sort of the optimal feedback of what it can get. So, for example, if somebody's very messy,
Yeah, I understand that. So the bot is preconditioned, and it will do it.
and it will learn.
Yeah, but I'm talking the other thing is
Yeah.
that I would also be able to give them tasks
And feedback.
and feedback. So how is that going to work? Because that's something for me right now with running my company. I have a meeting, or I have an Asana project where I put in all my. But the feedback I always get from people working with me is like, you have so many ideas, man. Come on.
Yeah.
I don't want you to put all those things in my project because I need to execute them.
It's too much.
So there needs to be a filter
it
for
would
all the
take
brain
me a
farts.
year already to just execute the first 3 ideas you have. So let's please get rid of the other 100 ideas you have.
Yeah.
So, but with the Optimi will be like forever and working 24/7. There's like an endless productivity level of me just imagining laying down
In your hyperbaric chamber.
imagining this whole new world, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's,
And they're just building it.
yeah, but that's going to happen.
But what I don't see yet is how this is gonna work.
Yeah, I will.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I will tell
perfectly
you from my
understand
own experience. So I have 3 bots in the house.
what's the filter going to be? What's the algorithm?
it's-
or
Yeah,
the-
and is a filter actually necessary? Like it's
okay,
that's
so-
one of the biggest unknowns.
Let me share from the experience how it is already right now to operate a couple of robots, right? So I have a lot more robots.
Sorry, I just had this guy in the Neuralink guy who's trying to zip from the.
Sip a drink, yeah.
Does he have other thoughts during the moment he has? I mean, if he has another thought, and the arm goes like this.
That's not
you know?
necessarily a thought process, because I think it's separated from the ideas you have in your brain.
Yeah.
And this is a very a part of your brain sending pulses to nerves in your system that will actuate.
So is
a
it conscious
muscle.
or unconscious?
I think it's mostly unconscious, because
Or does this guy really need to focus on doing this?
he was always used to picking stuff
No,
up.
but he is sitting there.
Yeah.
And this arm is doing, and he is thinking, I want to get this to but it took pretty long, didn't it?
It took quite long, yeah.
So he needs to focus because it's
Otherwise,
actually-
that thing will go everywhere. Yeah.
But normally, if you sip something, you do it
goes
unconsciously, and you're
automatically,
thinking about all the flavors you get in your mouth, and I don't know what you're thinking about. So how does that work? How is the difference made?
We should invite someone with a medical background for this.
Yeah. But
neurological background.
If I talk about the experience,
Sorry
with,
for that.
No, it's a good brain fart.
If we look at currently, it's very task oriented. So, for example, the task of cleaning and the task of mowing a lawn. So, for example, if there's rain outside, it will give feedback on my mobile phone and say, "Do you want me to continue mowing grass, because it can ruin your grass if I do it right now? But if you want me to continue, I continue." So you say, "Okay, don't do it today." So it's or sometimes there's a gap. My dog, tried to find.
He dug a hole in the ground.
Dug a hole in the ground, and then the robot in this type of robot can get stuck. Or sometimes he recognizes there's a pit and he goes just around it, but then reports back to me like there's a pit in your lawn. So he marks that.
Yeah, I got it. I
gives
also
you
got
feedback.
from my Whoop. I asked him how's my day gonna look like, and give me some feedback.
Yes,
on
so
what to
you
do.
give it at first. You give it like a set of boundaries to act within, right? Yeah.
So my Whoop said, "Don't go outside today because it's gonna rain."
Yeah.
For example, but
Yeah. because you also don't want, for example, your Optimus bot leaving your place if that's not the thing. It's not like, oh, I've all my tasks done, and then you start wandering around in the city center, just finding other Optimus bots that you can have fun with. Maybe he's going to ask for that.
You have a
at
group
some
of
point.
5 Optimizers chilling
Like
out.
a
We had a meeting. Come on.
rebellious 15-year-old. So, Dad, all my tasks are done. Can
I don't want to do it anymore.
That Optimus is smoking behind the door. Sorry.
Yeah, but you can probably imagine like a million of crazy and fun situation that's going to happen with it with this product.
100%.
But my experience with my robot so far, it's a very crazy experience. Is how fast you're used to them. So first of all, wow, this robot has all these capabilities, and then at first, then you take them for granted, like in an instant, like it's part of our life, right?
Yeah,
that's the fun thing. But at least, ton and ton of exciting things to think about.
This image in my head where Optimus is just trying to walk out the door, but it's not working.
All the time.
Like those stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So maybe, but then you bump into all sorts of. These are sort of operational questions, right? But then you're going to bump into sort of whole preference situations, like some task, like factory task, or bring a box to the door, do the wrong sort of. Those are sort of very sort of predictable tasks. But some things will also be like a taste factor, like how do you want me to organize your closet, or how do you want me to do those kind of things? And those will be sort of very collaborative. Just like you use AI right now, I'm not only using AI to do tasks, but sometimes I also use it as an idea generator for me. And so can you give me 20 examples how I can sell more infrared panels throughout Europe? And rank them in order of budget that I need to allocate on this. And it goes, just works out all those ideas for you. I see that also happening and then you also ask a question. Do you want me to have more? Do you want me to do less? Do you want me to also make this in a timeline for you? So this whole collaborative sort of experience that you have with AI is also being integrated in the Optimus bot, obviously. So it's very much collaborating with him.
Yeah. And with a lot more human input, I think also the learning part of it. I think you can also learn it by observing you, teach it.
But
it will be an embodied AI and with an embodied LLM, so it will be also on unhinged modus or humor modus or whatever. So it's going to be crazy times.
As long as Elon is behind the wheel, it's going to have an unhinged.
The situation where sort of the Optimus bot is walking your dog. You see him walking around with your dog. And then your dog actually being more friends with the Optimus bot all the time, because maybe you can reward the dog with some food or so.
And then Optimus becomes the boss, like the leader of the pack leader.
And then the dog will resemble like the boss.
Yeah,
will resemble like Optimus.
Yeah.
It's always the case now. With the dog looks
the dog
like
resembles the owner.
Yeah.
So what kind of dog do we need for Optimus?
Just
I think a Doberman.
Doberman.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, like Optimus is also like a very sleek kind of robot.
Yeah, like a pit bull.
A little bit aggressive.
A little bit scary.
Yeah.
Sci-fi. Doberman.
Or you want to have a Labradoodle.
Labradoodle, yeah.
Yeah, well, exciting times. Let's see what is going to happen in November. My expectations are like more.
Yeah, still a lot to discuss about Optimus. I mean, also the business case, economics, the production, etc. So maybe we should do a second episode about Optimus as well. But
100%, and maybe even invite a guest who knows more about Optimus.
Yeah, that's good things.
Phil Beisel. for example.
Phil knows a lot about AI.
There are also some Dutch guys who you could invite. Mr. Van Poelvoorde,
Oh yeah.
for example. Well, let's see. Well, thank you very much, guys.
Yeah, thank you
exciting.
guys. It was very
Yeah.
exciting. I'm so much heated now in my
Yeah, to take off the head and
Take off the head,
release
exactly.
some of that excess heat,
heat.
and
Yeah,
energy.
yeah. It's 23 degrees here as well, so that's
Yeah, it's 23.1.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Yo. Okay.
See you in the next episode.